What's up, guys? This is K-LO, and normally I'm here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming, but welcome back to another episode of Community Kitchen. And who better to join me today than my sous chef, Aden, who's down the rabbit hole, if you will. Oh my gosh. When I tell you I was not expecting Stitch to pop
I
up.
had to
I totally was not
catching
expecting.
you off guard
Very
from day
much,
one.
very much so. But before we get into any of this news, we'd like to say thank you to anybody and everybody who is liking and subscribing here to Game Sandwich. And if you're new here, consider doing the same, dropping a like and a comment on this video, joining our Discord, and stopping by our streams where we're doing a whole bunch of different games, kind of feeling out the field here. And speaking of a bunch of different games going to different platforms, we're here to talk about albeit very divisive subject in gaming that I love to stoke the fires with, and it's Xbox and their future and this whole Steam ordeal. Aiden, is Steam coming to Xbox? I'm gonna leave it open-ended. Most likely. There we go.
I think it is. I 100p. I think that it's going to. It's only a matter of time because Microsoft has been aligned with PC stuff for forever because they were originally on PC. They make Windows, for Christ's sake, you know.
Who would have
like
thought?
so with them being so PC aligned and literally like the creators of PC gaming itself and all that, like I don't see a reason why Steam wouldn't go to Xbox. It only makes sense. And you know what? To that, I just say like, hey, I don't want to say it, but like, you dropped the ball, PlayStation. You dropped the ball, Sony.
Well, I already know we're going to get a lot of reactions here on this video, and I want to say I get the whole going multi-platform thing. People have their opinions on it. I think it's tribalistic, where it's like, we're not in those ages where exclusivity matters. People want to play games, they want to play good games, and it doesn't matter where they play it. I think in regards to Xbox and Steam, how that could work, I think that's a very big prospect. And whenever we talk about the next generation Xbox, whether it is a handheld, whether it is something like a Series X / PC gaming hybrid console thing, whatever it may be, I think having the ability to be a Windows-based device with an Xbox OS, to be able to go on Steam and play any of your games there, to play any games off Epic Games Store, to play any games off Xbox Game Pass, all in one. For the casual person who doesn't want to go out and get a PC, this is like money. This is everything anyone could ever want. And then I'm just going to say, in a roundabout way, you're going to be able to play those PlayStation games that are on Steam on your Xbox. So it's just, to me, this is the no-brainer. This is what Xbox needs to kind of stay within the higher echelon of gaming in our eyes, and I'm for it. Give me Steam on my Xbox.
I mean, that's what I want. Like, I love playing indie games. I really do. Like, I love playing like various indie games on PC, and so that's what I'm most excited for, is the capability to just buy an indie game, play it on my Xbox. Actually, give me a reason to want to use my Xbox instead of having it be a glorified multimedia device.
Yeah.
Sorry to
No.
anyone who is an Xbox fan, any Xbox One, Xbox Series X. Sorry, you bought a DVD player. Suck it up.
No,
That's what happened.
No, that was
What was
my
it?
biggest thing. That was my biggest thing heading into the Xbox Series X. I bought the thing, and I've said this plenty of times before. I bought it, and on day one, I was like, because at that time, there really weren't any games for it, and it's like, why did I buy this? Like, it's $500, I think, at the time. 500, I could be wrong.
Yeah, Series X, yeah.
Yeah, so 500 at the time, and I was like, all right, well, it doesn't have games. Why did I buy this? And I've said multiple times here, I wish I got a Series S, because I don't get physical games as much nowadays. And I
Quite
would
literally, that's what I have, and all I use it for is to play movies. That's
Yeah.
it.
And
I don't have a smart TV right now, so it's just like,
I do.
okay, I plug that in. Cool. I have Disney Plus on there. I have,
No,
well, funny, I started off with Stitch, but I also have HBO Max on there. Like I can just watch movies. There we go.
yeah, and whenever we talk about now Steam, let's just say it's on the Xbox. The amount of games that opens up to like not even just Xbox users, but like any casual like person out there who gets this console, you're going to have access to a bunch of those indie games you mentioned, a bunch of PlayStation games, a bunch of I'm not going to say it, but like wink wink nudge nudge, let's just say there are ways to play other games you really can't get your hands on nowadays. Let's just say there's a way to do it, allegedly. I don't know. That's all I've heard on the streets. But that it opens the door. Again, this is all speculation, but it's there. I cannot, for the life of me, see us in the future where one PlayStation holds their games to themselves as much as they've been. Square Enix is the prime example of that, where they themselves admitted, like, hey, the exclusivity on PlayStation like didn't really work out as well as we hope. We're gonna put our games everywhere else, and boom, there we go. We're having a happy life. But when do you think, this is the bigger question, when do you think we're gonna get Steam on the Xbox console?
I don't see it in this generation, at least not until like very late. I think integration of Steam is going to be something that happens when Xbox or when Microsoft really releases their handheld device that has been rumored. We did a video on that, check it out. But there is a rumored handheld device that Phil Spencer has even talked about being developed. So it's not really rumored anymore. It's guaranteed. We just don't know when.
Yeah.
But next console generation and when the handheld releases, I feel like that is when they will for sure get Steam put on, because having a handheld device that's similar to a Steam Deck makes sense to have Steam on it.
Yeah, and there are rumors that this year, which is a little too early for my like to see this as a feasible thing, but apparently there's going to be a third party handheld like an ROG Ally type deal with Xbox, like a partnership there. Could that be the testing grounds for such a device, or for this Xbox OS with Steam? That could be a nice place to kind of be like, hey, try it out. Like, this is our test run. We're dipping our toes in the water. And then come the console, you're going to have something you can plug into your TV and then play off that. Like, I think that's insane. This is a great prospect all around. Anybody who says this isn't good is, and I don't like to take firm stances. You know this. I think you're a fool for, like, saying this isn't good. Like, there's no... do I see? Yeah, no, honestly. But there's no negativity here. Like, really, like, is there? Am I missing something that's like, I have the blinders on, the green glasses, so to speak?
I can't think of anything, honestly. Like, I can't think of a negative thing about it, except for in the case of, like, Sony, where, oh, some of Sony's games end up going to Xbox now because they're on Steam. Oh, sorry, but Xbox players now have access to Spider-Man. Like, I don't see that being bad, except for Sony, and a lot of people are just going to say, screw Sony. I want to play Spider-Man.
And it's not like that for Sony and PlayStation, it's a matter of when, not if, their games go to other platforms. Just the matter of how they go about it. Just come back 5 years from now, you're going to be playing God of War on another console. I'm just putting it out there. There's my hot take. But for Xbox and this do-it-all system, like, to a casual person, like, you got family members and they're like, oh, you're in gaming. What should I buy? What should I buy? Should I buy the PlayStation 5 or whatever, the PlayStation 6, the next gen one? Or should I buy this Xbox machine that has a bunch of games that I can play literally anything I own? Which one are we pitching? Like, we're pitching the one that plays all the games.
I mean, I always tell, like, whenever I worked at GameStop, people would always ask me, oh, should I buy the Xbox, like, One? Should I buy the PS4? Yes, I'm that old. I worked there before the PS5 and Xbox Series released. But whenever I worked at GameStop and people were asking me that, I always said, okay, well, if you want a gaming console, then get the PlayStation 4. If you want an overpriced DVD player, get the Xbox. And it's not that I hate Xbox, because I grew up playing on Xbox. I loved the Xbox 360. But I just noticed at that time that they leaned more heavily into the multimedia aspect.
Yes.
And PlayStation really went and focused on being a gaming console. Now, the same thing has happened where PS5 more of a gaming console than the Xbox Series X. But if they add Steam, that's when I'm going to say, okay, now you should go back to Xbox because Xbox will give you more bang for your buck because you'll be able to actually access full Steam library. Basically like having a PC at this point. You're able to get any game that you want. The only thing that you can't get is exclusives that PlayStation's keeping from you from going to PC. But eventually all those exclusives are going to go there, so you're going to have them anyway.
And it's like this simple thing, like you can kind of just do the checkmate where it's like, it just works. Like PC gaming, I got to admit to the casual person, very intimidating to get into because you have to put your rig together. If it doesn't work, you got to service it more often than not. You got to look for parts, you got to do this and that, and then get your software up. But if you just have a system you plug into the wall and you plug into your TV, it works. Boom. Like, for Xbox, everyone's like, oh, if their games are going everywhere, what's the big selling point? Steam on a console like that? I mean, come on. Like, that's it.
Harken back to the days of the Steam box.
Which they're talking about doing another one. But then you factor in, like, oh, this console has Game Pass. This console has Steam. This console has Epic Game Store. It's going to be hard to beat. It's very interesting to see how that pans out. And then whenever we talk about the raw power that they're claiming is going to be behind this console, it's like, that's going to be, bar none, the best place to play your games. If they claim this is the highest technical leap forward we've ever seen in a home console, it's going to be the best place to play your games. Plain and simple.
Undoubtedly. And think about this, too. If they bring Steam there, does that open up the world for modding?
Yeah.
Like, do you get the chance to bring modded games over to Xbox then, too? So that way you can bring all your Baldur's Gate 3 mods, or you can just, like, bring in your Assassin's Creed Shadow mods, which there already are.
I've seen many of them.
Someone's talking about doing a mod so you can put the little kitten in, like, a little strap on your chest so you can run around with a little cat on you.
The world is healing. The world is healing. That's what we need. But no, like, personally, as far as modding goes, I think this is going to be like a more buttoned up thing where it's like, this is the Xbox UI, there's a tab for Steam, you're not going to be able to like go to like Google Chrome or whatever, but it's going to
so like these are approved mods?
Who knows? If they really want to get wild, do it. I think I'm all for it. But yeah, like this Windows-based device with Steam, with everything else, like all the Xbox things. Game Pass alone is like a good deal. If people talk about, oh, the Xbox console sales aren't what they used to be. Yeah, I agree, 100%. That part of the business ain't looking too hot. But then you look at Game Pass and all the games they're getting on day one, how many subscribers they have now. That's what they've been pitching this whole time. It's not get the shiny box. It's subscribe to our thing and stay recurrent. Keep paying for this thing where there's a bunch of great games. So I'm all for it. This future, people got to get this whole exclusive thing out of their mind. It doesn't sell. It doesn't do well nowadays. I'm sorry, but that's the business.
No, I agree with you. I mean, it just they need to have Steam really to like sell themselves a lot now. And I, for one, like I said before, if Xbox ends up getting Steam on it, that for sure means for me, oh, I'm getting that console day one next time. I'm going to be getting that handheld. It's just going to be that great.
Yeah. Yeah, like, and also, too, I just want to put this out there because I'm looking at a picture of Pokemon Legends ZA. For the people that say, oh, Nintendo's in their own little world, you're telling me right now, let's just say Switch 2, whatever, we're not factoring that in. They released Pokemon Scarlet and Violet on the Switch. We know how bad that runs. If that game released on a PS5, or even, I'm going to lowball Xbox and go the Series S, it's gonna run better on those consoles, and you'd buy it on another console. Like,
Oh, for sure.
rest my case. People want to play games.
It's in their own little world, and they'll never give people what they want. But oh well.
It would be
a dose of negativity.
It would be a very cold day in hell to see Pokemon on any other console. I mean,
yep.
Come on, like that'd be. I mean, we would have to like reassess gaming at that point, but
we would.
But for now,
we have to question if World War III is coming.
No, honestly, that's when I'm gonna get Jack and Daxter and all those games back right at the end, and then it's gonna take it away from me. But speaking of the end, do you have any other final thoughts here about Xbox and Steam and all that?
No, not at all, except for that we do shorts on Steam games that you should check out.
Yes, I'm always promoting. Yeah, I'm always promoting these new indie games you should be on the lookout for that could potentially pad out your new library on your Xbox console, allegedly. I'm just saying, it's there. Go look at them. There's some fun games. My wish list has never looked so full. Also, that spring sale just happened, so I spent a whole... I don't want to talk about it. But that about does it here for this episode of Community Kitchen. We hope you guys enjoyed. If you're new here, drop a like and comment on this video, and join our Discord, because we're always talking about our favorite games, and Stitch is here. Like, why wouldn't you? He has a movie coming out. No free plugs. No free plugs. We aren't sponsored. Not yet. But that about does it here for Community Kitchen. I've been K-LO, joined by Aden, and we'll see you guys next time. If you enjoyed today's video and want more content just like this, consider subscribing to Game Sandwich for all your news, rumors, and reviews. And we'll see you guys next time.